Hello, my name is Rinaldi Calix, and this is the IMO show. IMO stands for In My Opinion. I have a couple friends, and we will be talking just, about things that they are interested in and in their opinion, why these are things that other people should get into. Again, my name is Rinaldi Calix. I have with me, introduce yourself.
I am Trisha. I go to LaSalle College, and I'm a good friend of Rinaldi Calix, and I'm joining his first podcast. I'm excited to be talking about some interesting things this evening. And yeah, that's me.
And the other guest, or friend, or...
Yo, what up, what up? This is Melissa Lucian, a.k.a. Queen Lucy.
That's right. So, all right, that was the first segment. The second segment is just a little Q&A, just about what Trisha is up to, Trisha is currently, actually, Trisha, you explain where your current,
So basically right now I'm doing crochet braids on Melissa's hair.
Is this something you do often, doing other girls' hair?
Well, I've done my aunt's hair before.
Okay.
And I usually do my own hair because, I don't know, I never thought about doing other people's hair. Even though people tell me to. But, I don't, I don't know. I like doing hair, but it's like my second time doing someone else's hair that's not mine.
I see.
And I like doing it. So, I don't know.
Do you view it as just like a light hobby, or do you feel like it could be some kind of craft you can improve or
I think it's a craft that I can improve, because actually when I was in high school, I was going to go to a vocational school for hairdressing, but then my dad, he didn't like that, so I, just went to a regular high school, and then after that, graduation was looming, coming around the corner, I started looking into hair schools.
Okay.
Because I really was, into doing hair at that point.
Okay.
But because, I was, too afraid of my family and what they would think, I just decided to go to college for web design. But then, I ended up changing my major, 8 times.
Yeah, that can happen to some college students.
Because I wasn't satisfied with what I was doing.
Oh, gotcha. So I guess when you say that, it's like you have a lot of satisfaction from just doing hair, and it's a lot of fulfillment, even though it's like you're working in a sense, like you're doing a task.
Yep.
Most of it just chilling, but you're just like, hey, this is a labor of love kind of thing. That's good. Why do you think your family was a little skeptical about the whole hairdressing idea?
I think it's the whole thing with how the economy crashed and the loss of jobs, and they just want me to be financially stable.
Oh, yeah.
Because my parents don't really help me out, and I'm kind of I have to do everything myself.
Oh, wow.
So I totally understand, why my family's no, just go to college and get a degree.
I see.
Yep.
So it's like you have, gotcha. Do you ever, go online or talk to other people that are into it, doing hair, or do you ever, experiment, not actually experiment on someone, but just, experiment in the sense of, oh, let me check out this new style, or this new style, or this unique style kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I would have been, a weave specialist if I could.
Okay.
I put weaves in my hair. I put weaves in my little sister's hair, actually, now that I remember. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you, what was I going to say? Do you have any views on, because I know that's something that's emerging as a topic, is black women or women of color in their hair, and how the media views it, how people in the black community view it, and how just they themselves view it. Do you have any thoughts on that issue or topic?
Yeah, I feel like black women's hair is very political.
Okay.
In that, whatever you say can be super offensive. Just not saying anything at all. Like if you see a black girl with long hair, I hate it when people assume that it's a weave when it actually is her hair.
Oh, I see.
Or like when they see that they have your hair is done, and instead of just saying, "Oh, I love your hair," they'll say, "I love your weave." Like don't say stuff like that.
Yeah. Melissa, do you have any thoughts on that?
Can you repeat the question?
I was asking Trisha if she had any thoughts on just like the topic of black women's hair or people of colors like that are women, like their hair, and how it's viewed in the media, how it's viewed within the black community, and then how they themselves view it, and just kind of, because that's something of a social topic that's emerging in recent years. So I don't know if you had thoughts about that.
I'm happy to be happy.
It's a very succinct way of putting it.
I have kinky curly hair, and I believe that every culture is different. I mean, you gotta accept yourself for who you are. I mean, Caucasians have a variety types of hair.
Okay.
Some have, straight hair or even very dried out hair. And then, that actually did a research on, they would say that black people have the thickest hair, but actually, you know what race has the actual thickest hair?
What?
Asians.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So when they took a strand, what they did was they took a strand of Asian hair and a strand of black hair and a strand of white hair and put them all together and compared them. And they saw that the Asian hair strand by alone is stronger. It actually can actually weigh more, like it's actually thicker by itself.
Okay.
And the most delicate hair is the black hair.
Okay.
So black hair tends to be more fragile.
Okay.
It looks thicker because it pops out, but if you take one strand alone, you'll see how fragile it is.
Okay.
And that, So yeah, accept yourself who you are. Every culture has its downs and ups with everything, with hair, with some Caucasians put perm in their hair to make it curly, or some, So
it's like much ado about nothing, as the expression goes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has a preference where some people want to look like other people, or some people accept themselves for who they are, but it's not only black people that do it, it's all races.
Okay.
And then also, when a black girl's wearing a weave, doesn't automatically mean that she wants to be white.
I see.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, like, misconceptions about where there shouldn't be misconceptions, because it's not like, oh, black women are the only women that change their hairstyles. Like, people, and, I think that's good to have that kind of reaction, but I think other times, obviously there could be a negative reaction, but I think, I just wanted to bring that up just to kind of put it out there.
Yeah.
Because, getting your hair done and, the beauty in general, even with men too, that can be controversial. I know there are a lot of like movies that talk about that topic of like, oh, what is beauty? Like, how do you feel good about yourself, even though people might have a negative view of what you look like or what have you.
Men, if anything, are the last people to know about what's natural, what's not.
In terms
they don't know
distinguishing the hair, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the times they'll think it's real. They don't even know.
That's true.
So a white male will probably be
even less aware.
Even the most less.
Okay.
Person,
So Melissa, I'll ask you a question. How often do you switch up your hair or have someone do your hair or what have you?
Once in a blue moon, probably like a couple
really?
times a year.
Okay.
Well, with weave, only maybe a couple times a year.
Okay.
But I mostly just do different styles with my natural hair.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Do you do that yourself, or do you have someone help you with it, or you just kind of
I've never done it by myself.
Oh, okay. Who do you usually have with you? Do you go to a salon? Do you have a friend, your sister, or?
Yeah, it would usually be my sister, and sometimes I would have a friend do it.
Okay, cool. Is it going to transition to our next segment? I'm going to show you some pictures of two actresses and you tell me your thoughts about each one, and then we'll go to our second topic, which is traveling. And Trisha, you mentioned that you love to travel, and your favorite place to go is New York City. So we will talk about that after we do the picture part. Sorry. So here is. I gotta go back. Oh man, come on, phone. Okay, so here is a picture. Wait. Of Kerry Washington in her uniform as the character in Scandal. Alright, so, bam. So, any thoughts? This is basically the it girl, for lack of a better word. And as out of all black actresses, this is Kerry Washington. So anyway, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't even watch the show Scandal.
Oh, just the picture. Not the show. I don't even watch the show either. Just the picture.
I mean, looks like a professional.
Look at it, right?
Okay.
Huh?
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, like, it looks like a professional black woman to me.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a picture of another actress who has a significantly different appearance, though she is black. Okay. Alright, here we go. Bam.
Oh,
that is
okay.
Denai Guerrera from The Walking Dead, who plays Michonne.
But she looks awesome, though. I'm not gonna even lie. She looks great.
Okay, so even though she got like a sword, and she's wearing kind of sporty kind of tank top, complete opposite of Kerry Washington, you good to go, cool, you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think in this picture I showed you, she's wearing like the long braids, but that's not her natural hair or the hair that she likes to go by. This, oh wait, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to use that picture. Okay, this is how she likes to normally look. Her hair is cut short. And actually, I saw an interview of her where the interviewer was commenting on that. Hey, you wear your hair short even though you're a Hollywood actress. Why is that? And she feels perfectly comfortable with how she looks. She likes wearing her hair short. She goes to the barber once a month. She jokes about that, yeah. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show the two pictures to kind of get your thoughts, because we were talking about, hair and, people's thoughts on different styles of hair and even the social implications of, like, having one style versus the other.
But, I didn't even realize, because when I looked at the pictures, like, hair wasn't even what I was staring at.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think just, like, the character of her, just the way she carried herself outside of just her physical appearance, but just what she was wearing, her body language, all that. That's a good point. Okay, but hey, it doesn't hurt to look good with your hair.
Exactly.
And that's why you're doing what you're doing right now.
I don't care. I think it doesn't matter. Like, if someone's hair looks good, it looks good. Like, what's the big deal how they do it,
That's true. But I am never getting an afro. I'm just saying. That's not. People keep telling me, grow out your hair, man. I'm like, no.
Whoa, why not? Who told you that?
No. What? I don't know. I'm not an afro. I like people that have afros, like, obviously, my friend Euro, he has an afro, or he had one. You had one before, too. I liked it. I thought it was cool. Me personally, I just don't feel like I would, I don't know. I don't know, maybe one day. Never say never, as I guess Justin Bieber likes to say.
Yeah, Justin Bieber.
Well, he stole it from somebody else. But yeah, never, who knows? I'm not going to never say, like, oh, I'm never getting, but right now, I'm going to cut my hair,
Was
short.
Jackson that said never say never?
Maybe. I mean, a lot of people steal stuff from Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Because,
everybody likes Mike. God rest his soul. All right, so I was going to try to come up with a clever segue, but I can't. So we're just going to jump to the next segment, and that will be the main topic of this podcast. New York, what's the one thing about it that gets you hooked about New York? That's like, all right, this is the number one thing that gets me attached to the city.
It's just the vibe.
Okay.
Like, I love the vibe. Like, everyone is just, they have their own style.
Okay.
Everyone's not wearing a Red Sox shirt. Everyone
yeah.
doesn't have old Nikes on.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone is, like, just themselves. And I just love how, like, New York is a city that, like, supports the art.
Okay.
Versus Boston, I feel like we don't really do that.
Okay.
That's what I just love about New York.
I see.
Everyone is an individual.
The environment, the culture, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I could see that. When I went there, I could observe that as well. Do you what was I gonna ask you? Do you feel like, I guess in terms of like a person who would be listening right now, if they wanted to check out New York, you know, they got some money saved up, hey, I got a week off of work, well, what would you tell them that maybe, and it may not have to be a place to check out, but just something to look forward to, something to, you know, experience, maybe not just a specific place.
I mean, definitely Greenwich Village in Manhattan, like, that place is just full of surprises. Like, I love that area. And the Lower East Side. And the Brooklyn Bridge is awesome, too.
Oh, yeah. That's in a lot of movies.
It was great. To get to check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked walking on that bridge. It was fun. I don't think... Yeah, you weren't there. It was me, Fergie, Kamara, and Jasmine, and Robert. Yeah, that was us. You know, for those that are listening, other friends of ours. That's interesting. I definitely would want to check that out. I think it would be a cool place to write, because I like to write. I know you like to write. Is it a good place, a comforting place to write, or?
I think it's a good place.
Okay, cool. Any other elements of New York to look forward to, or just places or elements or things?
Well,
like that?
Williamsburg, the #1 hipster city of the East Coast.
Williamsburg, where's that?
It's in Brooklyn.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's so, like, it's like you're stepping into another world.
Really?
Like, you get off the train, because, like, you're coming from Manhattan, right?
Okay.
See all, you know, people, they dress, they're nicely dressed. Some of them are professional, metro. And then you go to Williamsburg. You take the train, you're in Williamsburg. You're just, like, bombarded with hipsters. Vintage clothing. All this, like, awesome stuff.
I see.
Like, oh my gosh, this place is so cool. It's like a world. It's like a different world.
It's a different world. It's its own city.
It's its own city.
That little area within Brooklyn is its own city. That's interesting.
Like, it's so...
That's one thing about New York that's interesting, because it feels like cities within cities. Like, basically, it feels like New York is just its own country.
Yeah.
And then the boroughs are the states of the country, and then the different areas within the boroughs are like cities. Like, because I stayed in Washington Heights for a week, and I felt like that was just... That's good to know. Now I know you mentioned, the other day that you really want to go to LA. That's like the next level of, and I did tell you a little bit about LA. It's also another very large city, though it's not an island. Because that'd be kind of cool if it was an island, because it'd be like 2 islands. What's something that jumps out at you? Like, when I say the word LA, what's just pops in? Not. I'm sure you've done some research, but just the first impression. I say LA, what comes to mind?
I think of beaches.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, beaches, warm weather. It's just something, because my dad actually, he used to go to San Francisco a lot.
Okay.
For business trips, and he would go to Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
Stuff. But, like, I remember he would come back and just be like, it's so beautiful. How did they move there? It's like what I'm really interested in is the whole weather thing.
Oh, yeah.
People say, like, it's sunny all year round.
It is.
But then when I talk
I went there in January. It was 75 degrees in January.
But when I talk to Californians, some of them are like, it's not sunny all year round. There's like 10 days where it's not sunny. It's like, okay, but
10 days? Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank.
Yeah.
I saw a meme online. It said, it showed Californians in April, and they're like bundled up in like these heavy things that keep warm. And it said Bostonians in April, and they're just like sunbathing, reading a book. It actually is true, because I didn't go there in April. I went to California one time in May, and like people were still kind of like wearing sweaters, and I'm like, it's May, like what the heck? Yeah, I think I went there for Mother's Day because my mom used to live in LA for a few years. I was like, "What, Mom? Why are you wearing sweaters?" She's like, "Oh, it's cold." I'm like, "Mom, it's 60 degrees. It's not cold." But that's interesting. The beaches. I like the beaches, so.
I can't wait to go. Because I heard that there's a lot of like skaters there. And a lot of actors, of course.
Oh, yeah.
People trying, So.
Yeah. What are some things that you learned about LA just from either talking to me, other people, research, what have you, that you're like, oh, I didn't never know that, or this is interesting. Whoa, I didn't know that.
Well, one thing that I didn't know about LA, it would have to be, because there's like a lot that I've learned.
Okay.
I feel like one thing I've learned about LA would definitely have to be you don't need $10,000 to move there.
Okay.
That's what I learned. Because I was watching this video on YouTube by T. Erica, because she has this Rebuilding Your Life project.
Oh, okay.
But hers is LA. So she just up and decides, you know what, I'm going to move to LA.
Is that a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Oh, the Rebuilding Your Life?
It documents, like,
the
everything
whole process?
from, like, planning it to actually, like, going there. And then she only moved there, so she did have money saved up. But because of a medical emergency, because she wanted to take care of that before she left, so she ended up she had a medical issue, and she didn't have insurance. So she had to use that money that she saved
to handle that.
So she only ended up moving to LA with only $200.
Oh, wow.
And she's still there today. She's got her business going. She's got a lot of things like going for her. And basically, like, the main advice that she gives is like, don't like, because when people go somewhere, they have expectations. Okay. And she just basically was like, just be careful with those expectations.
I see.
To be realistic.
Okay.
Like, don't ever go somewhere with like expecting something. Like, just you need to go there with something to offer rather than like going to like get stuff.
I see.
Going and being like, oh, I'm gonna make a lot of friends here and think of like, I don't know, just being careful.
I see. So don't put your heart too far on your sleeve.
Yeah, because you will be disappointed.
I see.
Yeah.
So like being prepared, okay, this is gonna be some challenges, but I'm gonna do my best kind of thing. Instead of like, oh, this is gonna be like a fairy tale.
And like not expecting like, things to just come to you. Like, you have to work for it.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. That's very inspirational. That's cool. Yeah. I definitely like traveling to different places. Like, I definitely like going to LA. I don't think I would live there, but I like going there. I like going to New York. I like going to Philly. Going to Chicago was cool. Going to Atlanta was cool. My older brother, he can talk to you about Atlanta all day because that's where he went to school. I lived in Miami. So, yeah, I like going to different places. So you've been to New York. Has there been any other city like you've gone to a lot?
I've been to Montreal.
Montreal? Oh yeah, that's nice. It's a beautiful city.
I've been to, oh my gosh, I went to Burlington, Vermont.
Oh, there you go.
Went to Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, Hartford's not. No, Hartford actually isn't. Well, the people that I know in Hartford are amazing.
I went to
They
Miami.
make it fun.
I went to to Miami.
Oh yeah, Miami is
Key
nice.
West,
Oh, Key West
Florida.
is beautiful.
I thought Key West was like, it's beautiful, but I wouldn't want to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I've heard that from other people.
It's too small and
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know, I didn't like it. I don't
Okay.
know why. Even though it was gorgeous
Oh yeah.
and it was like 70 degrees in January.
Woo.
No.
Potential honeymoon spot for me if I actually get to that stage of my life.
And I saw the real world Key West house.
Oh really? What? They did a real world in
Yeah.
Key West?
They did.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna watch that.
But that was like, I don't know, middle school.
Because I saw the Las Vegas one, and I was like, whoa, this is way too inappropriate for me. Yeah, but that's cool. Yeah, what was I gonna say? What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get to LA, or if you get to LA? Well, I'll say when, because I'm gonna have confidence.
The first thing I'm going to do, the first thing I want to see, I want to go to Venice Beach.
Oh yeah,
like
that's
15 minutes away.
yeah, that's a nice spot.
We're like 5 minutes away from the airport. LA.
Oh, from the airport?
15.
I'm not too sure, but it's definitely not a long drive.
Mm-hmm.
I would be shocked if it was longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah, I want to go there.
I
want to go there.
Yeah, Venice Beach is a very nice beach.
And I also want to check out Silver Lake. Apparently,
Yeah.
Silver Lake is the #1 hipster capital of the U.S.
Really?
So I'm like, that's weird.
So it beats Williamsburg.
Mm-hmm. And that
Williamsburg
I thought
lost.
was just its own world. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I think Venice Beach was interesting because you had volleyball, you had the skaters, you had like the sunbathers, and then you had dancers, and you just had just all kinds of stuff going on that you don't really see in beaches and other places. Like it was a very cultural thing. So that's what I liked about it. So hopefully you enjoy yourself. I feel like you will if you do end up going there. Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know.
We're gonna wrap this up a bit with our last question, which is the IMO segment, the in my opinion segment, because hence the title of the show. In your opinion, why should someone go to New York, before they die?
Dude, it's the greatest city in the world. Like, why wouldn't you want to go? I mean, I feel like if you don't go, you're not really living.
Okay.
Because, I mean, New York is like, there's 800 different languages and cultures.
Wait, 800?
Yeah. No, there's like that much. Wow. Like, of things going on, like, so many people, like, it's a melting pot. Like, why would you not want to go?
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like if you don't go, then you're not living, because, like, if you go to New York, you basically get to see, like, small pieces of the world. Yeah.
I see. So
without actually having to go to another country.
I see. So basically, it's the verdict. You heard it here, folks. The verdict is if you do not go to New York City to visit or even to live there or what have you, you are not really living.
Exactly. Like,
because it's, that, okay, I can see why you would say that. Because I had a lot of fun when I went there. And I definitely understand why. Because it's really fun. It's a really fun experience. Like, diverse, different, unique environment. That makes sense. Well, that is it, folks. We are coming in for a landing, as the euphemism goes. Had a lot of fun with my guest, Trisha Jerome, currently attending LaSalle College from the Boston area, as well as Melissa Lucien, a.k.a. Queen Lucy, who is currently at Bunker Hill, also living in Boston, and I, Ronaldo Click, from Milton, Massachusetts, currently at UMass Boston. Wish all of you who are listening, whoever you are, a great day and a great future, and hopefully you enjoyed our podcast or my podcast. and you listen in the future. And if you have any suggestions, or if you want to appear on the podcast, and I actually know who you are, and you're not a stranger, you know, you can find out my Twitter, Facebook, email will be displayed next to the podcast. Click on that, hit me up with an email, Facebook, or whatever have you, and you know, hopefully you can be on the show, or even just make suggestions about different segments, different features that you want to see on the show. All right, have a good day, and bye.
Thanks.
You can say bye.
Bye, everyone.